Tasting like a boss, narcoleptic Chihuahua Productions. They'll do it.
Tasting like a boss. I have Minerva McGonagall here, my only female puppy. That's right. She's our darkest Chihuahua, and that's why I'm picking you today, because we're trying a darkest roast. We're going to be trying Vermont Artisan Coffee and Tea Company Darkest Roast. There you go. See the little symbol right here? See it? See it? See it? Love it? Got it on the hoodie. Why? Because I actually have been here. When we went to Waterbury, Vermont, actually we were in Burlington, Waterbury, Stowe, and back again. We got to stop here. I'm going to put a link below to the little video we shot outside of their facility. It was in the summer. I really wish it had been during the fall because they have a fire pit. It just seemed like a really cool place, really nice people. Plus you get to see they roast the beans right there. They give classes on roasting. I mean, it's like, you know, part of me was like, oh man, I want to live here. But I was told, hey, you're here in the summer, guy. Yeah, in the winter it gets really, really cold. But the back is sweet as well. Got that going on. So we're just gonna have like a nice Vermont review. Vermont is I've only been there twice, all in the same year, separated by about a 3-week period of time. But we're going to be doing this Vermont coffee. And of course, I am going to be hitting some caramel at some point. This is my favorite caramel. This is the spicy dark chocolate. Okay, I don't even tell you. The other ones are great. They're phenomenal. But man, this is incredible. And you're just trying to get away. You're not really wanting to be part of this. I'll let you down, okay? But you got to give everyone some FaceTime. Look at you, sweetheart. Oh, everyone loves you. Put you in this chair just in case you decide to not run away. She's totally gonna run away. Anyway, the review today is going to be a 4-way review. We're gonna be doing it in the cold brew. We're going to be doing it in the drip Irish. We're gonna be doing it in espresso. And we're going to be doing it in the nitro press cold brew, and we will just figure out a way to put the caramel in some way or another. All right, so this is one of the last reviews I'm going to be doing in November, which you know what that means. All of December, all my reviews are probably going to be in that Santa Bucky's outfit, so be ready for that fun. Okay, so let's get to the sniffing on these beans, okay? Boom, punches in the face. This is that nice dark roast coffee. Tobacco notes, deep dark chocolate notes. Wow, that's nice. Now, I will tell you, if you get the whole bean like I have here, I want to give you a little word of warning, okay? I use a burr grinder, okay? And the burr grinder is great. It allows me, you know, to really control the uniformity of the grind and whether I want it to be coarse, medium, fine, you know, anywhere in between. However, for whatever reason, with these beans, I've only had this problem with one other type of coffee. Let me show you something. Just a little differential, because I'm pretty sure this is why it's happening. There is not a massive uniformity on the size of the beans. And so you've got one that's like this, which is the typical size of a bean you get, right there. And then you have this one here. Now, it doesn't look a lot bigger, but trust me, it is. Okay, that size differential in a burr grinder will sometimes create little air pockets because the bean's not going in directly the way it needs to. Now, this has happened once before with another type of bean from King Harv's. I think it was called their Malaysia blend or their Malaysia roast, whatever it was. It's their most expensive one. It was ridiculously expensive. It was like $75 for a bag like this. It was also freaking incredible. I mean, no doubt, you have a coffee fan, King Harv's, I think it's, find what it is, I think it's Malaysia, I think that's the one. But their beans are massive. All of the beans in that bag are bigger than the biggest one I just showed you there. And so you kind of force them into the burr grinder. Quite frankly, just use a spice grinder. So if you get this and whole bean, which, you know, I think is the best way to go because you can grind them right before you use them, my suggestion to you would be to probably just use your spice grinder, okay? Because otherwise you're gonna get yelled at. Because Boss definitely yelled at me yesterday because she was trying to watch something on TV and I was sitting there just, you know, using the grinder, trying to find the air pockets and getting to fix that, and I got yelled at. Don't get yelled at. Don't get yelled at, guys, okay? So let's move to the tasting. Got it in the cold brew here. You know, you're even getting some coffee notes off the cold brew, which, you know, is not typical. Cold brew usually doesn't have much scent at all. Tasting like a boss. It's really good, guys. Now, it's so even. It's just such an even cup of coffee. Tastes like coffee, not bitter, not overly earthy at all, not watery, not watery. I mean, I gotta tell you, this is probably the closest to the Stoke bottled stuff I get. Woo, feel that, the Stoke unsweet. We're gonna get caught up in a twister, Dorothy. All right, here we go. It's just a very, very nice cup of cold brew coffee. Strongly recommended. I actually thought it was gonna be like more bitter, darker for a darkest roast, but I'm really liking that. It makes me excited about the nitro press at the end. All right, let's move to the drip. Now the drip, it's gonna fill your house with an amazing scent. I mean, smelling that bag, you're gonna feel that through the entire house. It's one you can totally feel, totally smell. It just feels nice in the morning. Great scent off of it. Tasting like a boss. I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, I mean, what can you say? Here, I'll tell you what you can say. It's an exceptional cup of drip coffee. It's nice to have it be dark roast, and yet the bitterness and the earthiness is not too intense. Again, it's a very smooth cup of coffee. This is a very, an equal footing with some of my favorite single origin coffees, like Chapin Coffee Company does an amazing job. This is right up there. Just a really good cup of coffee. So far, so good. So far, so good. All right. Let's move to the espresso. Now, you would think with the darkest roast beans like this would make a pretty solid espresso. So let's see. Tasting like a boss. Now, the bitterness really does come out here. That is not a bad thing. This is a very, very good cup of espresso. I like that a lot. There's a lot of difference here, though. There's a lot of difference between these three flavors. This cold brew is very refreshing, very smooth. In comparison to the others, more tea-like. Once you hit these and you come here, you feel like it tastes a little more watery. But it's not a watery cold brew. You see what I mean? You get to the drip, it's different. The flavors come out even more. But if you compare them side by side, you wouldn't necessarily think it's the same coffee. Just a completely different flavor dynamic, but just a really good, solid cup of coffee right there. And on the espresso, well, you're taking tastes and profiles of these beans, and you're amping it up. You're feeling it at 100%. That is really, really awesome. All right, now let's get to the cold brew. Okay, so I'm gonna shake it up. We've already charged it inside. Nothing is in here except for cold brew, coffee, and the nitrogen. That is it. Okay. Let's use our cheers mug. Dispensing like a boss. Always a thing of beauty. Look at that. Boom. Come on, people. Looks like a milkshake. Got that right here? We're gonna allow this to separate a little bit. As we allow this to separate and create a nice little head on the top, let's get to this caramel. Oh, thank God I brought a spoon. Woo! I mean, if I didn't, I was just gonna drink it out of the jar. Okay, so again, Fat Toad Farm. They're owned by the Butterfly Bakery of Vermont, and this is my spicy dark chocolate caramel. It's goat's milk caramel. On the side, the ingredients, and this is important. Think about any other caramel you've ever gotten from the store, the containers, those squeeze bottles, whatever it is. Think about the ingredients that you see. Now, here are the ingredients for this. Vermont's goat milk, pure cane sugar, organic chocolate liqueur, baking soda, ground cayenne. That's it. That's it. That's all there is to it. That is it. And that being only the thing that's in there, you would think, well, is it that great? You're damn right it is. Now, this one has Taza organic stone ground chocolate right there. Just very, very nice. Going to put a link to them below. Going to pop this open, have a little taste as this stuff separates. Thank God the cap actually opened. Don't want to get embarrassed there. Look at that goodness. Oh, you can see the little swirl of the cayenne on top. Nice. Give it a little taste here. This is what you do to treat yourself, man. This is just what you do to treat yourself. Tasting like a boss. The caramel, the chocolate, the pepper comes together. And when we say spicy, come on, guys. I'm not talking about like a hot heat level of 10 or 5 or 4 or 3. It's got that nice little taste. So, so good. So good. All right, let's move to the Nitro Press cold brew. We have it here. We have the cold brew side by side. Let's revisit this one here. Excellent cold brew. Go for the Nitro Press. Okay, well, okay, there you go. So, what are my thoughts? All four are solid. All four are solid. If you are like me and you're wanting a nice espresso, no frills, just a nice espresso, and you're out of your typical go-to espresso beans, right? This is a very good, solid espresso, and you're going to get comments from your guests asking you, hey, what is this? Not in a bad way, but in a good way. You make it in the morning and drip. People are going to wonder what it is. Really good, nice, strong, even cup of coffee. Now, you can break into two camps, guys. Two different camps. You're going to have your cold brew, and you have your Nitro Press. Here's the test. If you don't have a Nitro Press, don't have to get one. They're expensive items. I know you can get more or less, but you can get less expensive options for nitro infusion. If you have one of those, great. If you don't, go with a cold brew. If you happen to have one of these or anything that's like it, and you're making cold brew, don't ever drink a sip of the cold brew without it being nitro pressed. It's that much better. The creaminess that is introduced into this coffee is just, I mean, it's just top notch. Brings it to a whole other level. So everything's an A plus. This is an A plus plus, and you my darling are like A triple plus. I don't even know what to say, but we're gonna have a little bit of that goodness. In fact, I got some little crusties on the side, so I think I got more cayenne on that, which is nice. I'm gonna make a little dip into my espresso. Tasting like a boss. Yep, well, it only makes sense, because I'll tell you what, if it weren't for this company here, I wouldn't know about this company here, because when I went to get the coffee, this was at the register. So thank you to both of these companies. I'm thankful for them. They are incredible. Until next time, people, use the links below. You can check out both of these companies. Hit like, subscribe, share, and alerts. We got some good reviews coming up. Again, this might be the last one I have where I'm wearing human clothes and not wearing like my Buc-ee's outfit for the Christmas stuff. But until next time, from the Chihuahuas, from the family and everybody else, hopefully you're having a great remainder of the weekend. And until next time, people, keep tasting like a boss.